If I started my first internship, I thought that I needed to know everything. But the biggest lesson for me was nobody actually expected me to know everything. So if you're about to start a tech internship or you're just thinking about one, then this is something I really wish someone had told me earlier. Because internships at some point can feel a little bit intimidating. I mean, it's a new environment, new people, and there is real work going on. But the pressure we sometimes put on ourselves is unnecessary. So here are a few things I wish I knew before I started mine. Hi, my name is Sumaya Nalukwago, an IT professional and a tech community lead. I recently made a video about how to, find an internship placement, and I found it reasonable to also share some of the things I wish I had known before doing an internship. So first is you're not expected to be perfect. One of my biggest fears was, what if I don't know enough? But here is the truth. Internships are for learning, not for proving a point, right? So you're not there to be the expert, you're there to grow. So feel free to ask questions, make mistakes, but don't intentionally make mistakes, right? So it's always, part of the process. Then secondly, soft skills matter more than you actually think. So, at some point I thought it was actually all about the technical skills, but then what actually stood out was, the communication, the being reliable, asking for clarity, and how you get to work with others, because you found a lot of people there. So how you get to, blend in and get to work with them actually matters more than I thought. So sometimes how you show up matters more than what you actually know. Then the third point is you have to be proactive. Hey, no one is going to constantly tell you what to do. So you have to ask for tasks, follow up, then show interest, show someone that you're actually interested in learning. Even something as simple as, is there anything I can help you with? Can open bigger doors for you. And then point 4 is not all internships are structured. This kinda surprised me because some internship organization or companies or wherever, they do not have, a clear guidance. They do not have like a clear roadmap for interns once they come around. So they do not have training programs, they do not have step-by-step tasks. And that can feel confusing. Instead of waiting for them to put up maybe a structure for you or to tell you that this is how you're supposed to go about something, instead learn on your own, explore, and always take that initiative, because growth sometimes comes from figuring out things on your own. Now point 5, this is really, really important. Now your network is as important as your work. The people you met during internship, I can tell you years later, I'm still in touch with the people I met while I was doing my internship at the Ministry of Water and Environment. So they really do matter. Talk to them, learn from them, try as much as you can to stay in touch, because sometimes opportunities don't come from applications, they do come from people. And looking back, I wish I stressed less about being that perfect IT intern and focused more on, learning, asking questions, and showing up fully. Because I realized that internships are not just about, the experience, they're about who you become, right? So if you're about to start your internship, take a deep breath. Trust me, you will figure it out.